Happy June, Libra, and welcome to Awakened Astrology. I'm your astrologer, Vanessa, and this is your June 2025 video horoscope. This video is for you if Libra is your sun sign or if Libra is your rising sign. And I recommend you get in the habit of listening to both your sun and your rising sign videos each month. And this is because the sun sign horoscope is going to be more accurate for the themes the energies carry, while the rising sign horoscope is going to be more mathematically precise in terms of the houses or areas of life where the energies are likely to unfold. So listen to both to get the most holistic astrological picture for the month. I also want to let you know, if you're a person who likes a quick summary of what we're talking about in readable form, like a reference sheet, you can go to my website, awakenedastrology.com, and sign up for my free monthly newsletter. This is not spammy at all. Basically, it's just a bullet point list of the big dates for the month where the energy is going to be the most potent and strong. These are dates I recommend you highlight or mark on your calendar and practice mindfulness. This is really how you're going to start to awaken to the astrology that is already and always unfolding in your life. You're just not conscious of it yet. This is how I started to make those connections. And I got to tell you, it's just so cool and amazing when you can start to see that things are unfolding in a way where it's like, well, I kind of knew something was going to be happening on this day, and boom, here it is. It's like understanding your astrology on that level is like getting a shot of espresso in terms of how it just makes you feel awake and alive and tuned in to something that is bigger than yourself. Okay, moving on. Let's get into all the juicy energy this month has in store for you, Libra. We got some things to unpack here. So we're going to start with the first week of the month. The first week of the month, we've got Mercury, the Sun, and Jupiter all on the sign of Gemini. This energy is going to collect in your ninth house. So this means you're going to start the month off with expansion in your mind. Higher education, possibly new studies, including maybe learning a foreign language, spiritual or religious studies, maybe even legal studies. You might also be inspired to do some overseas travel, kind of expanding your worldview at this time. Around the 4th, the energy strongly supports an opportunity for a romantic encounter or to meet someone and start dating. Now, if you're traveling overseas at this time, and there's a good possibility you might be, this could unfold with a foreigner. There is an intensity to this energy. It's the kind of connection where it feels deep and it moves fast relative to the amount of time that you've known the person. So the astrological caution here is just to be sure you're not missing any red flags due to the dreamy kind of haziness that can come when Venus, which is your ruling sign, is in the same house as Neptune. And that's the part where you have to kind of double check yourself. The good news is you've also got Saturn in Aries there, and Saturn in Aries can really help you assert your boundaries if you're starting to get any whiffs of like there's some kind of manipulation or deception happening there. Okay, the energy at this time is going to flow very easily, very favorably for big ideas, making progress on communication projects, education, teaching, research-related projects. You can take whatever's on your mind at this time, all the inspiration and the information you've gathered in, and use it to create with no blockages during this time, especially if you're creating through the mediums of writing, speaking, publishing, or broadcasting. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And then on the 5th and 6th, this depends on your time zone, Venus, which is your ruling sign, is going to move into Taurus. And Taurus is the other sign that Venus rules. So this is absolutely radiant energy for you, Libra, and it'll be here with you through July 3rd. Venus rules your first house. So this is a time where you're at your most attractive, lovely, and charming. People are going to notice this, and you might have the experience where you're receiving more compliments than usual at this time. So it will be a month where other people are seeing and appreciating your beauty, your charm, your social magnetism. This is also a time where you can become very self-possessed and balanced. There's very supportive energy here that has a really easy flow for any artistic or creative projects you're working on, especially on the 6th and 7th of the month. So if you're a creative artistic person, make sure you use those days to sit down and do some work if you can. Okay, on the 8th, we've got Mercury moving into Cancer, and then Jupiter's going to join the party on the 9th. This energy is going to be stationed in your 10th house, and it makes the most supportive aspect in all of astrology, known as a trine. It's a giant triangle to both your 2nd and your 6th houses. What does this mean? It means you've got your mind on work, career, your social status, and on making money. Jupiter here wants to expand your earned income or income that you receive from employees who are working for you. Jupiter is a slower moving planet, so you are going to have Jupiter stationed here for about a year. What this means is you've got some really nice long-term support here in expansion, luck, and blessings to your work, career, and earned income. Pay attention to the 20th when the sun moves into Cancer, shining a spotlight on your accomplishments in career. This is a day where you might really be getting some recognition and extra juicy energy. Okay, now on the 11th, we've got a full moon in Sagittarius. This is going to be happening at 20 degrees 39 minutes. In general, full moons represent a culmination of energy, and this can bring endings and drama, or it can bring you fruition and fulfillment. How this plays out for you is really going to depend on your personal natal chart. So for some of you, this is going to result in a sudden opportunity that drops into your lap related to local travel, communications, and research projects, or something tied to a sibling or extended family. This can also come to you tied to groups you're affiliated with or friends you're on the same wavelength with. This is something that can serve as a stepping stone to help you reach a goal or help you fulfill one of your deepest hopes, wishes, and dreams. For some of you, this will be a full moon that's going to bring an ending or some stress. And I'll be unpacking this in more detail in a separate video. If you'd like to be alerted when that's available, you can take a moment now to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Awakened Astrology, and hit the notifications bell so you can get a personal ping when it drops. In the meantime, leading up to that video being released, if you're not familiar with the degrees and the particulars of your personal placements, you can go to my website, awakenedastrology.com, under services, and receive a free digital download of your natal chart for reference. It'll just help when we go through the deeper dive videos, like we're doing one for the 11th, but then also doing one for the 25th, which is going to be a new moon in Cancer. We're not in eclipse season right now. That'll start up again in September, but those are events that can really trigger your natal promise. So you'll want to have something on hand, because the closer you are to the degree, 20 degrees 39 minutes of the full moon, the more likely you are to feel the effects more deeply. Okay. So moving on the 17th, we're going to have Mars enter Virgo. This will be stationed in your hidden 12th house. Hidden 12th house, it's mysterious. It can be hard for people to understand. Basically, how we unpack this energy is to understand that Mars stimulates and inflames what it touches. So you might notice at this time that your dreams are becoming more vivid or violent. Your sleep might be affected. You want to make sure you're doing your best to get proper rest so your health doesn't take a hit from this. But this is also a great time to keep a journal next to your nightstand to write down when you wake up, like whatever you can remember from your dreams. And then as you're going through your day and you're going through the month, your mind will start to make sense and assign meaning to it. So this is a way that things can kind of start to bubble up from your unconscious or subconscious memory or karmic inheritance and enter a part of your consciousness where you can really work with that to transmute and transform things. It can start to become meaningful, and instead of being this heavy, kind of foggy, lingering energy under the surface, it's like you bring it into the light, and you can do what you need to do to change, release, and integrate it. So pay attention around the 25th when we do get the new moon in Cancer. There might be a sudden revelation around something that's been part of this subconscious, unconscious, karmic inheritance, I call it cleaning out the karmic attic. It's a time where you can really let go of anything that's been stifling particularly your sense of self-worth or your concept of self-value. This is a time where you can level up. You can plant some new seeds with the intention to grow, transform, and be served in a way that enhances your value and your sense of self-worth. This is the energy of a fresh start, and it can feel like a rebirth, and it can bring great motivation, energy, and drive, and also progress in your healing. There's great forward progress here. June is a special month in the year 2025 where, with the exception of Pluto, we're free from any retrograde planetary energy. So you can really make rapid forward progress in anything that you're doing, any positive aspects that are being supported by your astrology, because you're just free from the kinds of obstructions and blockages that are inherent in having more challenging aspects or in having retrograde energy in the mix. Okay, so just a few self-care tips for you this month, Libra. Just enjoy the radiant energy coming from your ruling sign, Venus. This can be such a romantic time. You just want to be mindful of keeping balance in both dating and romance, keeping the harmony. If you're in a committed partnership or marriage, if you're traveling, have safe travels, be it local or overseas. Or sometimes, this is not geographic travel, it's expanding your horizons in educational pursuits. So just make sure you're not overworking this month, Libra. Keep an eye on sleep troubles in the second half of the month. And you can really use the energy on the 25th to let go and level up on a deeper layer of healing at the level of your sub and unconscious mind. You can resolve karma around this and have a symbolic rebirth, really intentionally planting new seeds in fertile ground for what you intend to grow and expand in your life in the future. So that's all I have for you now, Libra. Please feel free to share in the comments how Awakened Astrology's video horoscope resonated with your experience this June. I'd love to hear about it. My goal and my intention is really to help grow a lovely and vibrant astrological community here. So please do feel encouraged to leave a note about your experience this month. And of course, if you want to learn more about the services I have available, you can visit my website, awakenedastrology.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later in the month, Libra. Be well until then.